Hey. Welcome to the Really Charlie podcast here. Today's guest is going to be Raymond Ramos, also known as Raymond Ramos Cosplay. Definitely a good, talented brother. Definitely trying to do his thing with cosplay, and some of his work is tremendous. It's like looking at a comic book or a action movie, Marvel comic book, whatever it may be, DC. Dude is just very, very talented. So he'll be on momentarily. We're just waiting for him to click on the link, and then he'll be on to kind of bless us with his talent. So if you haven't heard of him or seen him, but you can kind of go on Facebook and put in Raymond Ramos Cosplay, and definitely see his talent. Well, without further ado, is Raymond Ramos. Hold on, people. What's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, man? Doing pretty good.
Hey, it's first and foremost a pleasure to be around you. Pleasure to listen to you. Been admiring your talent from afar, and definitely you got it, man. You're blessed.
Thank you, and honored to be on the show.
Yeah, it's I think we all seen bits and pieces of you throughout the city, but people don't realize that you're known. You're definitely known. Your craft appeals to many people. I definitely would like to see a local, Comic-Con or something like that. I know we had, a few of them here or there, but I like to see some within the city, maybe kind of downtown, because what it does is it attracts so many people, and I like that to happen eventually.
Yeah.
So
I think the closest one that we had at the time was the South Coast Toy and Comic Show, which was held in Fairhaven at the time, and that was maybe 2009, right around there, maybe 2010. After that, they moved to Providence, so I think we're overdue to have some kind of Comic-Con in
exactly.
New Bedford.
Exactly. I read a piece about you had said that got a little inspiration from Manny DeBrito, and you guys didn't live too far from each other. I mean, probably a block away, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And how long has it started? What was your age when you started thinking about your dreams and goals of cosplay?
Well, first thing, want to give all the praise to the man upstairs for being able to do what I do and the gift that he gave me. So it was a gift. It wasn't something I went to school for. It was a blessing. So I've been into art as long as I can remember, probably 5-7 years old. But I give Manny DeBrito credit for waking something up inside of me.
True.
Even though it was at a young age, because we used to draw at his house all the time, and we would trace things, and I would draw things freehand, and he was still tracing things, and so he was like, he told me, well, why don't you try making up your own characters? And I was like, you know what? I think, yeah. So I remember creating characters, like comic book superhero characters, on his mother's kitchen table. You know what I mean? Over there on Park Street, and it's never really stopped. I'm still working on. I still have comic book characters. I just have, that's kind of been. I got burnt out on that, so that kind of is took a back burner. At some point, God willing, I'll finish that up. But I have ideas, concept characters, but the cosplay thing didn't happen until much later. I mean, all growing up, I was making costumes. Everybody, the majority of the people in New Bedford know me for my artwork. Whether a lot of people still remember the paper transformers that I used to make out of cardboard and tape and stuff like that. I'm always making like costumes out of poster board and things of that nature. So it wasn't until like really I was an adult that I actually got into this whole cosplay thing. I was doing martial arts. My martial art teacher told me he had a former student that was putting together a show. The show that I just mentioned a little while ago, the South Coast Toy and Comic Show. And he said maybe he would want you to, show up in one of your costumes. At this time, I was dressing as Blade. And so I got in touch with him. He said, yeah, I would love to have you. And so I went to that show. And then I went to the next show. Then I went to the next show. And then before you know it, I was going to all of their shows. And then got to the point where I'm now like one of their official cosplay guests. So when they do a show, I go and I take pictures with the fans, and sometimes I do like costume building workshops there and things like that. So that's where it pretty much started.
Yeah, it's creativity is like you said, it's a blessing. When I write, I really I look back or I'm kind of talking to myself. I said, where did this come from? And it's truly a blessing from God. You got to praise him. And, I just say, where did that come from? How did I just come up with that, and so I'm just mentioning that because I like when people praise God for their blessings, and that's where it comes from. We both got some mutual friends within the city, and I'm so amazed with some of the artwork that comes from Alvin Ramos, Terrence Lopes, and those guys. Some of the things they're doing, it's just amazing. And have you worked with some local people in the city that maybe brainstorm some ideas?
Back in the day, I was supposed to do some stuff with Jamie Vasquez, and it was back when he was doing the whole newbie tease thing, and Eden Soares was working with him doing artwork for that, and I was supposed to put down some artwork so they could take it to the silk screener, but that never panned out the way that I thought it was going to pan out. But that actually was a blessing in itself that I wasn't able to do that, because that's what kind of started fueling me to take the journey of trying to do t-shirts on my for myself. But
True.
I've never really had the honor of actually really collaborating, with a couple of the other artists. I see Elvin all the time at like the Rhode Island show.
Yeah.
I've done some, but I have been able to work with Manny DeBrito for his basketball league. I got to, show up to their training camp dressed as Batman. So that was cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm definitely going to be keeping you in mind with a couple of things that I have coming up. Once we're, done with this COVID and all these restrictions. So But once I can do a gathering and get things going, I definitely will speak with you and see if you want to participate and get your stuff out there. But uh, I was looking at some of your work and you know was amazed. But have you ever just put it on and just start walking down the street, and see what your reaction would, what reaction?
No, the farthest I've gone is the front porch. Um,
Okay.
I was doing a test fit. I was doing a test fitting, and and I basically just put the outfit on and went on the front porch just to get some reactions. And I'm on a main street, so it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I would have videotaped that. That must be nice. And what are your future projects? You have anything in mind?
Well, I am trying to revamp my diesel wear line for shirts. Um, where Elaine t-shirts left off, I feel like I could fill some of that void. So I actually, can do a certain amount of work when it comes to designing and printing t-shirts for, the smaller businesses, because as
Hmm.
a friend told me, um, these bigger companies force you to, you know, order like 400 shirts, but for the smaller business owner that might need something done on a smaller scale, I want to try to extend my hand to them,
Hmm.
because I could do that. So this is like one of the things that I did. You know, I like to make myself some shirts,
I
and
like that.
I do some commission work here and there for some friends, and so I want to try to get into that a little bit further. Also, would love to start doing classes on teaching kids how to do t-shirts. I have I during the course of the years, I don't even know how many now, it's like 20 plus. I've learned a couple of techniques that you could use to print a t-shirt without having to go and get all that silk screen equipment. So I would really like to do some classes with the youth, and teach them how to design, print up their own shirts, or even do some other art projects. I would love to do the cosplay thing and show kids or the younger generation that are interested in, the how to go about creating their own costume, and what it takes and what you would need. And it's not as hard as some people think. If you
Hmm.
have some type of creative and artistic ability in any way, shape, or form, I believe you could do it. And even those who don't, I still believe you could do it. So those are a couple
Exactly.
of things that I would really like to start doing, in the next upcoming years.
Yeah. Well, if you need any help, call me in. I know there's some community block grants that are out there that kind of help you out, even if you have to get a bigger space other than your own home or something like that. They'll definitely give you some money so you can actually do that without coming out of pocket. Plus, actually, I think that a lot of people would sponsor something like that, here or there, and give you money to get those things going. I definitely will help you out anything I can, um, when it comes to that. Only because if you're not teaching the young something useful, there's a lot of things they can do with that, um, and it would actually kind of give them a little business sense
Yeah,
because we
you
all.
could either show them the path, or you could just ignore them and they'll take the darker path. So
Mhm.
I rather teach keep doing what I'm doing and teach them something that, you know, they could use as a skill or trade as they get older, and take that and run with it, develop it even further, and hopefully do something really positive with it.
True. True. So true. Um, man, I got a mental blank block here. I heard a story you met Stan at one point. Um,
Yeah, I got. I'm looking and now. I'm to say I'm looking at the picture right now. Um, like I said, God has blessed me to be able to be in a position that I could make these costumes, wear these costumes, you know, take pictures with fans, and share my knowledge. But I also was blessed enough to be able to finally Stan Lee. You know, it's like um, it was a photo op, but
uh-huh.
you know, so it wasn't like I got to sit down and really chat with the man, and you know, but I walked in dressed as Blade, and you know, he was, you know, obviously he was in, you know, kind of bad shape at that point, but
Yeah.
I walked in and I got a reaction from him, and he was like, "Wow, I feel safer already." So for me to get a, you know, a response out of Stan Lee, and him to say he felt safer already by, you know, from me walking in the door all bladed up, you know, that, you know, that meant a lot, because you know that's the man right there, and Blade is a Marvel character. So for me, for him to say anything, because I don't know if he made any comments to anybody else that walked in, but you know, that was my comment, and you
Mhm.
know, and I'm hoping I won't ever forget that, you know. So I appreciate the fact that he appreciated my costume. So
Yeah. It's definitely one of those things you can treasure, and sometimes it's not how much a person says, it's what they say, and that's probably going to be um, a lasting memory. I know it. I mean, I thought I was in awe just knowing that you did meet him. You know, I'm saying, wow, that must be cool. So, and you actually being at face to face with him is probably even deeper than anything I could think of. So, um, I
yeah, I was able to, you know, at least tell him thank you. You know,
mhm, yeah, you know, how many people have been in the business for a long, long time, decades, and never got that opportunity just to, be in the same room with them. Never mind you being, right there with them. Uh, and his work is worldwide. It's just amazing. Sad to see that he left, and but that's life. And
yeah, he's a legend in that. And like I said, I was really happy to be able to at least tell him, you know, thank you, and for all the work that you've done. You've influenced, you know, a lot of people, and I was honored to meet him. So at least I was able to say something. You know, usually
mhm.
they don't let you say anything. They usually, you know, come in, you know, click next, but I got to at least say something. So
Yeah, true. And it's amazing. I I had some of your video footage and I wanted to show it, but I'm unable to do that. But I'm gonna direct people to Cosplay Ray on Facebook and get them to check out some of your stuff. The I was wondering, do you have a YouTube channel?
yeah, YouTube is Cosplay Ray.
All right.
Um, my Facebook cosplay page is Raymond Ramos Cosplay. And then my regular Facebook is just under Raymond Ramos. But I put mostly everything, my all my cosplay stuff goes directly to my Raymond Ramos page, and then I'll share that to my Raymond Ramos cosplay page.
Hmm.
Um, But yeah, you could find me on YouTube at Cosplay Ray.
All right. That's good to know. It's good to know. Um, and I'll make sure I subscribe to that also. And I'm gonna actually share it to my Facebook group. Really Charlie
Thank you, much
group.
appreciated.
Yeah, because it's you know, I have some loyal people that kind of are on the page, and if I can send them your way, that's even better. Whether it's one, whether it's two, whether it's 100, it's definitely something that we appreciate as artists. So I'm gonna send them your way. Got one of these comments from Goldie. It says, "Love your work."
Thank you, much appreciated.
Raymond, Nathan Victor says, "Ray's a legend." Another good supporter on the Really Charlie podcast, and it's just this is local, and when local people start supporting you, um, you did a great job, and I just it's crazy that I ride by your mom's house, over there, and I'm looking to see if I see you in the window or a doorway rather, and but this stuff must keep you busy. You must be downstairs, always trying to create something new. How you have enough time to do all this? What's going on? What when you're in that house, do you just kind of shut the door and say, "Leave me alone for a bit"?
That's pretty much what I end up doing. I go to work, I come home because I haven't been going to the gym, so I just go to the kitchen table, and that's my workspace right there. I just while I'm at work, I'm thinking about that's what helps me get through my workday is thinking about, okay, well, what am I gonna do when I get home? What part of the costume am I gonna work on? And as soon as I walk through the door, I've already got a game plan. So
Mm-hmm.
once I get settled in, I go break out the pieces and just start working until usually sometimes it's until like 7, 8. My weekday cutoff point like 8, so I could eat something. Then I gotta get ready for bed and wash up and everything, get ready for the next day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It's I
And Nathan, thank you very much for that comment.
yeah, he's Nathan's good, man. Dude is yeah, that's another podcast in itself. Nathan Victor, that's another podcast that I want to do.
Oh, most definitely.
One on one with him, and just talking about his life altogether, and just so because
That's a strong brother right there. That's a strong
yeah,
brother.
if I put him on here, he's going to inspire so many people of just what he's been through, and good, bad, and ugly. And I got to set that up, and hopefully I can get that done within the next few weeks, so I can share the story with the listeners and viewers. Uh, who who's your major influences? Other than yeah, who influences you? Maybe throughout your life, or maybe just right now, who's inspiring you?
Well, a lot of the people that I've grown up with actually inspire me to keep doing what I feel I was meant to do. Like I said, I grew up with Manny DeBrito, and I'm so proud of the man he's become and the things that he's been doing for the city. You know, Mark DeBrito, Johnny DeBrito, Frank Barrows. Steve Oliveira, Derek Baptiste, you know, Nathan, there's Eden. Um, there are many people that I see, and they're doing their thing, and I am like extremely so proud to know those young individuals and my brothers and have grown up with them. So them doing their thing, helps me remember, what, I got to do my thing. So,
Yeah.
like I said, then that's local wise, that I have my martial art teacher, Joe Rebello, who also has inspired me, and that, he inspired me to, I'm really hoping back. Yeah, it's just, it gets deep. It gets deep to the point where it's like, it's not like celebrities that are really influencing me. Even though I love watching all the behind the scenes footage of stuff that gets me amped up too, for like movies and stuff. But like I said, seeing the guys that I grew up with on the over there in Millen Park, and to see
Hmm.
them, them being successful at what they do as men now, just makes me realize.
Okay. Well, I I want to first and give you a good send off and tell you that you can definitely come on this show. I don't care when it is. It could be spirit of the moment. It could be anytime. You could be putting something on, uh, you know, and you want something to be, you want it to be broadcast. Please get in touch with me. Contact me, and we'll definitely do it. Because for one, I love you as a New Bedford resident. I love you as just a good dude. I have nothing bad to say about you. Never, ever, ever have I had that. But the other thing is that I want to support you because you're looking to inspire others. And those are the people that I like to be around. So if you ever need me at any point, please don't hesitate.
Thank you, and big shout out to Damon Amandon. Oh, he's always supported me on what I do as well, and he's the he put us in in touch with each other, and so I want to give him a shout out. And
Exactly. You beat me to the punch, and I really appreciate him. He's definitely did my artwork for this podcast. And many other people should meet up, kind of hook up with him to do some of the graphics. And I'm always giving his name out because he definitely is another blessing in disguise. All right, Mr. Ramus, I really, really appreciate you coming on a Really Charlie podcast. And feel free, you ever need me, you give me a holler.
well, thank you for having me. Sorry for the lag on my end. I just bought a new phone, and I was like looking at the time. I'm at the store, and I'm like, oh shoot, because I got this podcast to do, and I didn't get a chance to switch over to the new phone.
Mhm.
So
It's
hopefully on the next they'll land.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right, man. If you want to come on another time or you want to come on 10 more times, you just let me know and we'll put you on, bro. All right.
All right.
Well, God bless, man. I love you. Take care.
And as close out with to everybody out there, shoot for your goals. And as I end all of my videos, and I'm gonna close like this. Hashtag, remember, hashtag I cosplay my way. And you can too. And you should too. Peace.
Peace, brother. Nice. Very, very nice. I can't even every show, every podcast definitely touches me in the heart, and I really very, very proud of some of the local people we have. And is a comment to Ray's mom. Ray, please send your mom and love from Anna Machado. Good job. Good job, Anna. Anne Marie, sorry. Great show, my brother. Thank you, Paul Gomes. I appreciate it. So Raymond is definitely, he's here. He's here to show and prove. He's here to do his thing, for the community, for himself. And I'm going to continue to support him. I can't wait to see all his things. I'm scanning every picture he has on his profile on Facebook and just looking at it in amazement that this dude definitely got it. So I'm going to end this podcast with telling you to mask those beautiful faces, hand sanitize your hands, wash them, stay safe, stay blessed, and always seek out your goals. And if you need help and inspiration, there's many, many people in your community to help you out. So God bless. Cosplay Ray. Make sure you check him out on Facebook. Love y'all. Thank you. God bless.